This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cardone. Welcome you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, November the 1st. We start a brand new month. Is a pitcher who had the world on fire 40 years ago, helping the Dodgers throughout winning the World Series. And it was his rookie season. He is Fernando Valenzuela. Fernando Valenzuela played 17 major league seasons with 6 teams, but he's best remembered for his time with the LA Dodgers. He was a left-hander. His career record and earned run average is not anything to smile about. I mean, he was okay, but near the end of his career, he fell flat. Valenzuela was notable for his unorthodox windup, which you would look up to the heavens, and he could throw a screwball. He was signed by the Dodgers in 1979 and made his debut late in the 1980 season. There were rumors he was going to pitch the one-game playoff against the Houston Astros for the NL West, but because he was used in bullpen relief, Tommy Lasorda couldn't go with him. Of course, the Dodgers lost that game. Anyway, 1981, Fernandomania happened. And, he was looking good. All that. So Fernando, when trying to get the Dodgers to the NL West lead, he pitched 17 plus innings of scoreless relief, which was pretty good. He was named the opening day starter as a rookie, only because Jerry Rouse was injured and there was no Bert Hooten around. So he shut out the Dodgers, surprisingly 2-0, and started his season 8-0 with 5 shutouts and an ERA of .50. The pitching motion, the skybird thing, was a habit he developed spontaneously. Venezuela would draw large crowds from LA's Latino community every time he pitched, and there was high demand for his rookie cards. He's known as Fernandomania. And it was good. He got the LA Dodgers to win the World Series that year. And yes, he did pitch that Blue Monday game against the Expos. He started it and went 8 2/3 before Bob Welsh came in to relieve him. So anyway, Fernando Valenzuela would be Rookie of the Year and Cy Young winner in the National League. And he actually led the NL in strikeouts, becoming the first rookie to do that. I always thought it was Dwight Gooden. But no, it wasn't Dwight Gooden. An instant media icon he was. He was given a $1 million salary in arbitration, which was the first person ever. Valenzuela was not that dominant, though, in his second year. He was 13-7, though, pretty good, getting shutouts and strikeouts. Oh no, this was the 1981 season. I thought it was 1982. Sorry. Talking about the postseason. He was a decent player, all that. He actually had a salary of $2 million in 1988, which was records for a pitcher at that time. In 1986, he looked good, going 21-11, leading the NL in wins, complete games, and innings pitched, but lost to Cy Young to Mike Scott at his screwball. Anyway, Venezuela actually struck out 5 American League batters in a row at the 1986 All-Star Game in Houston, tying Carl Hubbell's thing in 1934. But his performance would decline starting in 1987. He had injuries, and he was not even on the postseason roster for the 1988 Dodgers. The powerful, the mighty Casey Dodgers of 1988. However, in 1990, just minutes after Dave Stewart finished his no-hitter against the Blue Jays, he went to pitch another one. And he did it against St. Louis. Valenzuela actually had trouble communicating with his catchers because he spoke very little English. And Mike Scioscia made a giant effort to know Spanish and helped Valenzuela be the personal catcher and all that. Tommy Lasorda knew Spanish to help Fernando out because he used to play in the Mexican leagues. Valenzuela would be released by the Dodgers in spring training in 91. The Dodgers brass, including Tommy Lasorda, said it was hard to let him go, but he did have some good memories. He tried an attempt with the California Angels, but it failed. He would sign with the Tigers in spring of 92, but didn't play, and basically was out of the majors in 92. Going to Mexico. But he would make a brief comeback with Baltimore in 93. But in 96, he came back, and he did well, 13-8. He even got to start a game when the Padres played, I forgot who they played. Was it the Astros in Monterrey, Mexico? Anyway, he retired as a member of the St. Louis Cardinals. The Dodgers actually invited him to spring training, but he declined the offer. He was pitching in the Mexican League at age 44. But Valenzuela was a decent hitter. He had 11 RBIs in 1990. So yeah, he was okay. Fernando Valenzuela became a Spanish language broadcaster for the Dodgers during the legendary Jaime Yarren. Valenzuela will also be on the coaching staff for all the World Baseball Classics Mexico has played in so far. He was known as the Latino Legends team and all that. His number 34 hasn't been retired, but the Dodgers have not circulated that number. And ESPN did a 30 for 30 above Fernandomania in 2010. The Mexican Baseball League actually retired Fernando's number 34 league-wide. Fernando married a schoolteacher from Mexico and had 4 children. Fernando's son, Fernando Jr., actually was a first baseman in the San Diego and White Sox organizations, but never came up to the majors. So Fernandomania was huge and all that. People just don't realize how good Fernando was for the Dodgers. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.